Well, good evening and welcome to Talking Leeds, the Christmas special. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Merry good morning, merry good afternoon, merry good evening, George. Bearded Peacock. Brooke, how are you, sir?
Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody watching. Merry Christmas to you, Aaron. I'm doing okay, thank you. It's a week to go to Christmas. Like I said, a Christmas special for us this evening. I'm wearing my Christmas jumper. I don't know if you have noticed.
I have. Do you want to show those who are watching on YouTube? Obviously, people who are listening to the pod, they can't. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
So I will describe it. I was actually, and maybe some people on here will persuade me otherwise or not to do, and yourself as well, Aaron. But I was dabbling with the idea, and I have been for a couple of weeks now, whether or not to dye my beard white, because it would be in aid of Christmas and then things like that. But I don't know if it's a good idea. But just to describe the shirt and the jumper for anybody who is watching on audio, is listening on audio, it's one of these classic football shirt Christmas jumpers. It is based around the Japanese World Cup goalkeeper kit, the '98 France World Cup, their goalkeeper kit. So, yeah, if anybody knows of the classic football shirt Christmas jumper collection, it's one of them.
Oh, lovely. Will you be wearing it on Christmas Day, though, George? That's the question.
Probably, because I need to get as much use out of it as I possibly can. I think I've been wearing it every day since it come on Saturday, so I need to get my money's worth out of it. So it's Wednesday today. Yeah, I think I've worn it every single day since it came. So, yes.
Yeah. A couple of comments. Hello, Clive. That one. And good evening to you, Jimbo. And our Israeli friend or somebody's back with us as well. I'd love to know, whoever this person is, please just let me give you a name. I'm sorry, I think it's Hebrew. The language which is there in the world of languages and things. Please do comment back and tell us your name, where you're from, because we're calling you the Israeli man as well. So
because it could be a woman.
Could be a woman. We don't do that.
And good evening to Clive. Good evening to Jimbo. You're talking about my jumper. Is tremendous, Jimbo. I mean, go and get yourself, if you've still probably got them. I know it is a week ago, but you can always have it for next year. Dor Turgeman, we know about Dor Turgeman. I don't know if he's moving to Leeds or not. There are rumours circulating now. We obviously are looking at a striker, Arron, aren't we? So, and what you said or last week or what Jerry said should be more apt maybe. And you put, you said about him saying so. It looks like Bamford is wanted by Wrexham, and he got a good call if he knew any inside information.
Boom, boom, boom. You heard it here first on Talking Leeds.
So,
hello.
Yes.
Hello. We don't make false rumours up here on this show.
Yeah, so there we go.
The card facts.
So whether
he's off to Wrexham and he's going to go on loan for 6 months. You heard it.
Yeah. So whether Jerry knew about that, whether he'd been tipped, did he?
Yes.
So he'd been tipped off about that. So I didn't know whether that was just like his insight or whether he just thought that. But obviously knew about that. So Wrexham looks like maybe a destination along with Girona. He could end up playing with Mario Balotelli. Why always me, Mr. Why always me? Might be playing alongside Balotelli and Bamford up front.
Genuinely, though, George, I think Wrexham is, and Jerry said this a couple of weeks ago, and we said it on this pod here as well. It will be a good move for him, I think, with him. Wrexham, they can clearly afford his wages. Number one, that is not an issue. He's on big money at Leeds. And I think if he does go, good luck. Go and score many goals in League One. Get your confidence back. Thank you for everything, Pat B, and just go and enjoy it. But yeah, I can tell you, George, I'm so pleased you mentioned that, because I was going to mention Patrick Bamford. It's kind of a developing story, as they would say on Sky Sports News. To be seen if he does move. I think, though, if he does go, I think Leeds will bring in another striker. But I do think one of them has to go before we can bring something in.
Yeah, I think he definitely will go. I think that is a thing. I think Ben Jacobs has been on and off with his reliability, but I think he is.
Hey, George, you don't need reliability. Just listen to this show. There you go.
Well, this is it. Exactly. Keep listening and listen to Jerry, because Jerry seems a man with the information. But I have certain information as well. But we if we're talking about January signings, but yeah, I think Bamford will go, Arron. I think there's the end for him. I don't think he'll go on loan. I think he will go on a permanent move. Not Girona, it's Genoa, isn't it? In Italy, the Serie A, which would be a fabulous move for him. That he could end up playing with Caleb Ekuban still.
God, is he there still?
Yeah, he's still at Genoa.
It's a long-running joke. It's when we were crap in the Championship, when I used to go to Arron. He was the go-to shit player who's always on the bench to come on and did nothing. I think with Ekuban, if I remember rightly, somebody in the comments will probably correct me here. I think he scored when we had really heavy snow. I remember a goal there.
No,
I remember something like that. Who was it then?
It was J. Roy Grott. We lost to Sheffield Wednesday.
That's it. Yeah, in the really heavy snow, and he
scored a header from a corner. I think we lost to Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
and he scored a consolation header, but it was horrible. I mean, did you go to that game?
Yes, that's right. I'm talking about it.
Gosh, yeah, no, I remember the game, but
yeah, I know.
You could barely see the ball.
No, you couldn't. It was really bad. But yeah, anyway, it's all good. So yeah, George, it's his Christmas special. Next week we won't be here because it'll be Christmas Day, and I'll be tucking into my my roast turkey, as will you, George. But yeah, do you know what? It's Christmas. It's the festive period, but we need to talk a little bit about football as well. I've got a Christmas-themed Leeds United quiz for you as well.
Wasn't done by any fan, was it, this time, Arron, or was it?
Clive did send me some. I might throw his in there as a bit of a bonus.
He said he did reply to your message on Messenger, Arron.
He did, yeah. Thank you, Clive. I'll have a look at that when we're getting to the show. But George, let's briefly talk about Preston North End on Saturday. 1-1 it finished. Leeds scored in the last minute. Went down to an own goal. But George, 1-1 away at Preston. You were predicting big things for Leeds United this weekend gone, but it didn't happen.
No, I wanted it to happen. I think I was willing for it to happen. Now, I didn't actually see the game, like I said to you, Arron, before. I could give you probably an in-depth review on Paddington in Peru, but I couldn't give you an in-depth review on the Preston game. And I will give my thoughts on what I saw and read and sort of think on my own mind anyway. And yeah, it wasn't good enough. It's the same old away stuff from my point of view. They found it hard by all accounts to break Preston down. It was an awful goal to concede. I think Melier should have done a lot better with that goal. And I could have saved it. You could have saved it. I think, I don't know, a potted plant could have probably saved the ball better than he could. So in that situation, he just kind of spilled it, didn't he? So it was really poor. And then from what I can gather, it was just, again, really poor. And watching the highlights, obviously, as well. Bamford got a lot of stick for that one he missed. But then Matteo Joseph, in the similar sort of area of the pitch, tries to do it in the last seconds. Luckily for him, it went through his legs and off the defender and into the net. But by all accounts, really poor display. And we really, really need to sort the away form out. It's one win in 5 away games now, and that's going to be the downfall. Again, I said it before, I don't care if you can beat Borough at home and all this kind of thing. Why can't you do it away from home? It doesn't so much matter. It does matter because you get points on the board, but we're going to pump Oxford this Saturday. I don't care. It doesn't concern me, that game. We're going to beat them. I don't care that they've sent the manager packing. It doesn't matter. We'll overpower them, whatever the score will be. I don't know, but they'll win the game. I don't, that's good, but it's like, well, yeah, we win at home. We need to win away from home. There's no point otherwise. And Stoke City on Boxing Day is a much bigger game than Oxford at home on Saturday, because they need to show that they can actually win a game of football away from Ellen Road, because it's starting to become a problem now. And I think Leeds, if it goes on any longer, and you're going to say you've said the same thing over and again, Arron, I think they should sack the manager. There's nothing else for it, really, for me. If they can't win away from home, then what's the point? And I just think he I mean, he doesn't want to talk about Preston Jim. I don't think we really want to do either. And it does seem like we are allergic to Lancashire and London in many respects as well.
George, I know you are very vocal on our WhatsApp group when things don't go our way, and I know.
Well, I think I'm almost talking to myself, Arron. There's not a great deal of pushback from the other boys.
I know, but why? Because I think let's have this out here. When you're saying sack the manager. They're probably the same old George. Just, what if you sack the manager and let's say, somebody comes in, what do they need to change? Because my point is there is an element of Daniel Farke to blame for the away form. There is. However, ultimately, the blame has to fall with the players because they did not perform. And I genuinely don't think Leeds tactically was set up wrong, away from home or anything like that. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's mentally issue to those players who play on that. They can't just perform away from home. I don't think sacking the manager would solve the issue because you could see Daniel Farke he was clearly frustrated with Preston. Sky were on him all the time, like a rash, showing shots of him. I think he got a yellow card as well in the game. But you can tell he was absolutely frustrated with it. He was beyond.
Yeah, it was. It was, but he needs.
But it's not. He should be frustrated with himself because the players didn't perform. Those players can perform at Ellen Road.
Yeah, it's to
a very high standard.
It is puzzling.
So sacking a manager isn't not going to solve the problem here. In fact, it could make it worse.
I mean, it is a puzzling issue, isn't it? Really, how you can't just perform away from home. It's the same round ball. It's the same. It's a football pitch. It's just
same dimensions.
Exactly. And it just feels like any game that we're playing away from home at the current time just seems like one that we're not going to win.
What the issue is, George, is that when teams come up against Leeds United, they will. Like Preston just got us on the counter. That's all that.
Yeah, they did.
That's all it was, and it was a bit of a dare I say a fluke goal. It was Sky were absolutely loving it. They think it's the best goal they've ever seen. And I'm not being funny, but it was shit. But it was shit. It was nothing special. Hit and hope and go, bang, it's in the net. But I genuinely do think because look, when Leeds scored, they had a couple of minutes. They looked quite good when they got the equaliser. I think if they'd have played an extra 10 minutes, I think Leeds would have gone on and won the game.
Probably, yeah, but we didn't have 10 minutes and we drew it. So
what the positive here is, and this is what a lot of Leeds United fans, including yourself, George, aren't taking on board. Leeds United could have rolled over last season. They'd have rolled over and taken that defeat with a slap on the wrist. They fought back, and that for me is important because they went right to the death to nick a point, and I think anybody at that stage would have taken a point. So we can't fault them. This is the Championship. It's one of the most difficult leagues in the world, and it's so shit. It's just we moan about the bloody thing when we're in it, and then we love it when we're not in it. It's one of those you just can't win it.
Yeah, I mean
that's the beauty of football.
Well, it is, but also I think it's like, and at that stage, of course, I don't know how much injury time there was, but it was right.
6 minutes or something.
Yeah, so it was right on the very end.
You always get 30 seconds added on.
Yeah, so it was right on the very end. We were that close to losing the game. So at the end, you've got to say, hey, at least we got something. But at the end of the day, it's not really good enough. I think teams.
Yeah, but this is exactly what we're going to say on Saturday when we come up against Oxford United. They're going to put 10 men behind the ball. Come on, lads, asses up, bang, bang, bang. Let's just defend and hope for the best. And that's what happened against Preston. I do think the Meslier issue, is becoming a problem for us.
Yes, he definitely is. And I think I have seen rumours today about the Liverpool goalkeeper Kelleher, but they're not really real rumours, are they? So you can kind of put that straight in the bin. But it is an issue. I mean, that was a real howler. I mean, I know it come at them quick, don't it? But you do that for your daily job every single
time. Yeah, you do. But the majority of Meslier's time so far this season is, I'm not being funny here, but it's just ball watching.
Yeah, he is.
Because a goalkeeper can have the best time, the best form of their lives when they're kept busy. Meslier isn't kept busy, and I think that's not Leeds United's fault because the quality of the opposition is poor. And when you just, if you watch him at the moment, he does this.
He does. He's constantly moving.
He's constantly moving because he's bored. Do you know what I mean?
You think stood there for 90 minutes is it's boring. It's boring.
Please swear, because you can. It's a Christmas special.
Well, I was about to, but then I sort of stopped myself. But it is boring. Just stood there because we've got 90% of the ball, but then he has to be switched on. And the problem is, Arron, he's not. And that goal giveaway, there was plenty of time still to get in the game. And I feel from what I've read and what I saw, we didn't do enough to get in it. Back in it, I think Mateo Joseph also is becoming a real issue. And I disagree, of course I do. I think the manager has more to blame than you were putting on him really as well. I think it's the whole mentality from Fark, Arron, that is an issue for me as well, away from home, which really is not a good enough mentality to have. I don't think if you want to win the league and want to get out of it, it's like going away to Preston. I don't think that's a good point. The only reason it's a good point is because we scored in the last minute.
Yeah, it's a good point because we could have rolled over and taken that.
Yeah,
they got something from it given the situation. There are far too Leeds United for the rest of the season cannot have many more games like that. They've got to get the job done.
And they will have more games like that.
Yeah.
So the problem is we don't know who gets the boot when these things happen. It's a manager. It's inevitable that he goes, and I feel like we should let him go before it starts getting any worse.
He won't go.
I wish he would.
Who would come in then, George?
Well, I just want to make the point about him.
Who's going to come in and take over and take?
Well, I'll let you know in a minute. But what I'm saying about him now is that he's got the mentality of, point away at Preston, that's fine. No, it isn't. It's not fine. If you want to win the league and get promoted, you need to be, you just need to be killing these teams off, not struggling to get a point, not struggling to break down these teams with boring, one-dimensional football. He really needs to think of something else to get out of these teams, to go and win. Like Jimbo says, Burnley and Sheffield United will not go away. They're getting consistent form, particularly Sheffield United, who are just like beating teams like Preston. They go to Preston, they win. We go to Preston, we struggle to get a draw.
Yeah, remember, we're everybody's cup final. We're never going to do this easy. But if winning the championship was as easy as, like you say, then everybody would be doing it. But I think there's some stats going around, isn't there, that the away win this season, the championship is like 23, 24% or something like that. It's one of the lowest it's ever been. So it's not just us. Yes, Sheffield United and Burnley will not go away. But look at the goals. I think when Leeds score first, we're fine. It's the same with Burnley and Sheffield United.
It is.
First, they're fine. But with Burnley and Sheffield United, Jimbo, they're going to drop points over the Christmas period because they play each other. But I don't know what the issue is. The problem with Burnley is they don't play. They're not that good.
Burnley aren't that good, Arron, but I think they just know how to win games.
They do, but they're only winning by 1-0.
Well, they are, but
they're not winning 3-4.
If you win every game 1-0, it's fine, isn't it?
If Leeds had scored first against Preston, they'd have won the game.
I don't think they would have done. I don't think they would have. No, I don't think so. I think there's just a different mentality away from home, and I think it all comes from the manager. It's like, we'll try and win the game, but if we draw the game, then that's all right as well. And that's not a good enough mentality to have if you want to win the league or get promoted from this division. You need to be ruthless. It's all stemming from the way that he is around the players. And collectively, because that's what happens. People's mentality rubs off on others, and when you're in a position like a manager, you're almost in charge of the way that your team is. So it all comes from him, and for me, that's as long as he's there, you can forget it. You can wave goodbye to anything that would resemble promotion. And even if we do get promoted, in the end, it's going to go like Russell Martin has done, and get the sack pretty early on in the season, relatively. So it's inevitable to me that Mr. Farke goes. I do like him as a bloke. He seems all right. But I think I've just had enough of like I said, it's fine winning games at Ellen Road, Arron, because we are dominant. We do have something about us at Ellen Road, which just we've managed to crush teams, even good teams in this division at Ellen Road. But away from home, what's the point if you can't win away from home? So I just feel like it's... I know, nice 2 points. Yes, I know, and that's exactly what his mentality is. But we didn't beat Blackburn, did we? And we were a few minutes away from losing at Preston. So we're not going to win every home game and draw every away game, are we? So I just think I would like to see the mentality changed really from him. It's not going to. So I think if it continues past the kind of New Year, and Stoke City's a big game for me. I think we should beat them. Whether we do, it's up in the air, isn't it? We didn't last season, did we? So I think it's just like I don't feel like we can go on too much longer. Because to be honest with you, Arron, and I will shut up in a moment, but I could win games of football as a manager at Ellen Road. There's that much buzz and there's that much atmosphere. The players clearly feel very, very comfortable. I think Pascal Strout said it after, I think it was a Luton game. He said we feel comfortable at home, and so he's basically saying we don't feel comfortable away. So it just needs changing. I could win games of football on the touchline at Ellen Road at the way that we're playing at home, and so what's the difference? You know what I mean?
Well, I think, George, the key thing here is it's going to be the proof isn't going to be in the pudding, isn't it? Because over the festive period, we have Derby away and Stoke away on Boxing Day, and then we're at home to Blackburn. And again, Derby, when they came to Ellen Road, they were poor. Have we played Stoke yet?
No.
We haven't played Stoke at home yet, have we?
No, I think Stoke will be the only team we haven't played.
Yeah,
so that'll be the last.
And where are they? They're mid-table. Nothing, no real promotion playoff push or anything like that from them. So again, they should be going to the Bet365 there and winning. They should be going down to Derby and winning. And if they can return 6 points from those two games, everything will be fine. It will be fine.
Yeah,
it really will.
Of course it will. But if they don't, then
there's questions. And the key thing is that we're coming to a key period, George, because Burnley play Sheffield United, or is it Sunderland? Whoever, they play each other basically over the Christmas period. So one of them is going to drop points. Hopefully it would be Burnley and to drop so we can get a bit of a cushion again, and then we can kick on. And I think now's the opportunity to seize this. We've learned from this. We kick on and get some points on the board. But hey, listen, do you agree with what me and George are saying in the comments? Please get in touch if you do in the comment section. George, quick one. It's time for this. It's Tanaka time. George, Tanaka time for you. What have you got for Tanaka time?
Well, next time I'm focusing more around sort of players and certain players, Arron, potentially this time. And it's not something that I've seen this week. It's something that's been on my mind, for the past day. So, I mean, I spoke about with everybody last week about on my Instagram account. I'm doing an advent calendar through December, well, up to Christmas Day, obviously 24 days of December, and then that's it. So I am giving people options of who they want on the advent calendar. Today's winner, if you like, was Pontus Jansson, Arron.
Yes.
So Pontus Jansson won it. I think Hernandez is on the cards for tomorrow by the look of it, by a landslide. So we'll see what happens there. But it got me thinking, and it's got me in my head all day long, really, is the song for Pontus Jansson. And it was something that happened on LS11, wasn't it? They had the man on, and it just got me thinking about what is your favourite chant for which player? Anybody in the comments? We're talking about football chants, Leeds United for the players, or as a rousing one to sing generally. Now, I will give you a rendition, and obviously everybody knows it, don't they? But it would be wrong of me not to if it's in my head all day and I haven't sung it. So
go on then, sing it, George.
So we sing it 18. He wears 18 on his back. And we go, oh, Pontus Jansson's magic. He wears a magic hat. And if you throw the ball at him, he heads it right back. He heads it to the left. He heads it to the right. And if we win promotion, we'll sing it all night. Something like that.
That genuinely is not the song.
It's something like that, though, isn't it?
It's along those lines, but you've missed out keywords like brick and championship titles and things like that. But yeah, if you throw a brick at him, he would head the effing thing back.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is the only Leeds United twins. But yeah,
I fluffed my lines a little bit, Arron, but it was all in aid of a good cause. And yeah, it just got me thinking about, chants of certain players, what was everybody's favourite chant for certain players? I mean, Janssen for me was a great player, and it showed on there.
I really like Janssen. I was actually gutted when we sold him to Brentford.
Yeah.
I thought he was one of our standout defenders. But it all worked out to be financial fair play or something. I don't know what the hell it was. It was ridiculous why I sold him. But and plus he lost it with Bielsa, didn't he? And that was,
he kind of had a bit of a tainted relation. All revolving around that Villa goal, wasn't it? I think, and letting them score. And I don't think his relationship with him quite recovered from there.
Yeah, stop crying, Frank Lampard. That's a good one. Can't wait to get that one going at Coventry in a few weeks.
Yes.
Yes. Jimbo's got a Tanaka time for us. He says that Chibichi lad, he regrets signing for Leeds because he blew his wage at the bookies.
Well, I mean, that's not the club's fault, is it? You know what I mean? They pay you like any employer does, and and that's a good one. Actually, I've not seen that about Sabisky actually, but I think that's not the club's fault. It's like everybody gets paid for the jobs. From there, it's what you do with your money. That's up to you. They're not controlling you to spend your money on betting. I know he got into real trouble and was banned from football for quite a number of years, wasn't he? So I think he's back. Maybe I don't know if he's playing. Is he playing, Jimbo? I don't know if he's still playing Pavel Sabisky, but Pavel Sabisky played, didn't he, with Janssen, for example, and it was one of Orta's.
One of his Orta's shit signings. That's why.
And then again, and J. Roy Grott as well was the same era, wasn't he?
Oh, God, was he Swedish? Was he Swedish?
I think he was Swedish Polish, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he was Swedish, but I think he might have had some kind of Polish sort of in him as well. But yeah, I think he was Swedish. I mean, he's just, I don't know. He obviously had a lot of issues with betting and stuff. He was rubbish as well. Anyway, I think he did score maybe once, but I mean, we had a load of random players. It was just like pulling a name out of a hat and see who was starting. It was basically like that, wasn't it? And Heckingbottom was the manager towards the end of that season, wasn't he? And goodness only knows. I mean, it was Thomas Christensen as well. I think they must have pulled his name out of a tombola as well, Arron, because he wasn't really. I don't know where they got his name from, really. And then
sorry,
Thomas Christensen, the manager.
He was sold to us, wasn't he? That he is like, was he from Cyprus?
Yeah, he came from a Cypriot team, didn't he?
Or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Paphos or something.
Where on earth?
The problem with Christensen was that he started off well, but he was quickly found out, wasn't he? And he didn't really do much.
No, but I think up until that January, we were actually in and around the playoffs, which had been we hadn't been up and around there for some time before that. And I think he was backed, Clive. I think he was just wrongly backed with the wrong players, but he was heavily backed in terms of signings and stuff. They signed a boatload of players, and it just didn't work.
That was Victor Orta.
It was, and I think Victor Orta was trying to make his stamp on the club, wasn't he? I think he'd just come in, hadn't he? So he wanted to make a little bit of, this is me, this is what I'm doing. I don't think any of them signings really worked out. I think Samu Saiz was probably the best, wasn't he?
It was the keeper. Yeah, it was the keeper.
Weinveld. Yeah.
Oh, God, he was awful.
Yeah, he was awful, wasn't he, to be fair?
Yeah.
Weinveld, yeah. He was not good.
Who's Lawrence de Bock?
Lawrence de Bock. There was Vernon Anita.
We signed him from Newcastle, didn't we? Think, we signed a championship-winning player. We're going to get promoted, and he was shockingly bad.
He couldn't get any form, could he? But there was, obviously J-Rod Grop, Powell Sabisky. There was Ekuban, obviously, as well. The list kind of goes on a little bit, really. It was Shognesi, who's at Portsmouth as well. It was just a random, jumble.
Sacco.
Yeah, Heidi Sacco. There was loads of them that came in, and it was just obviously Lasoga as well. God, I kind of like Lasoga. I thought
he was useless.
No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was.
Antonucci, I think that was a Chileno one, wasn't it?
No, I think Antonucci was all right as well.
He was shocking as well.
No, he wasn't. I thought both of them players actually had the times in the team. But Antonucci was before that season. It was 17-8. It was 16-17, I think, or maybe 17-18. 17-18.
Gary Monk was 16-17.
Yeah, so it was 17-18.
16?
No, it was 17-18 he came. Yeah, that was Thomas Christensen, and Heckenbottom finished it as manager.
Jesus, yeah, right. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's see if you've named any more players. Matthew Pennington was on loan.
Yeah, Pennington.
Liam Cooper was signed for $600,000. That's a bargain. Oh, he's 2014. We signed him in 2014. Adam Forshaw was £4.5 million.
Yeah, he came in January, didn't he? In January 2018.
Marcus Antonsson.
Antonsson, the Swedish guy. Yeah.
Eunan O'Kane. Do you remember him?
Eunan O'Kane, yeah. I mean, I think Antonsson had played for us the year before as well, because I remember him scoring at Wednesday, and I think Wood was playing as well. But Antonsson didn't really do much either. But there was just a load of.
Pontus, we signed Madge Gomez from Liverpool on a free in the summer. Pontus Janssen came in. Click. He came in.
Yeah, of course. Bothwell Jackson.
Alioski came in.
Alioski as well. Samu Saiz.
Boyo. Andy Lonergan. Hugo Diaz. Bruce Hosanna. Bryce
Hosanna. Played for Wrexham.
It's getting worse. It's just Ryan Edmondson.
Park.
Sam Dalby. Strauch came in at that point as well.
Yeah, of course. And
your favourite, George, I can't believe you haven't mentioned it. A certain Tyler Roberts.
Oh, Tyler Roberts, of course, but he was injured, wasn't he? And
he signed from West Brom for £2.5 million in January.
Yeah,
what a waste of money that was.
Yeah, it was a real bad. And then you think about him playing in the Premier League, Arron, for under Marcelo Bielsa.
We signed Bothwick Jackson as well.
Bothwick Jackson on loan from Man United, wasn't he? And he was awful.
Christ.
It was just like a jumble sale of players. Where did they get? There was no strategy at all, was there really?
No, not at all. Shall I tell you my Tanaka time for this week?
Yeah.
My Tanaka time is Christmas puddings, and I just want to know what people think of Christmas puddings, because Christmas puddings, you can't get a decent Christmas pudding these days. I went into the Asda. Oh, I also need to shout out to John, who I saw in Asda.
Oh, did you?
Yes, he was a fan of the show. We've met a fan who listens to us.
Wow.
Arron, are you on? I went, yes, sir.
So wow. Well, good evening to John.
Asda. Good evening to you. I said I'd give you a shout out.
Was John the man who sent in the quiz last week? Who was it? That's
was it John? I don't know. No, it was Jimbo. Jimbo did. But yeah, John said, and it made me think about Christmas puddings. Going back to the Tanaka time, Christmas puddings. Who eats them? Who doesn't? And Jimbo says good evening to him, John. But yeah, Jimbo says he loves them. Been eating them since they were in the shops. Wow. And Clive likes a Yule chucky log. What do you prefer, George? Yule log or a Christmas pudding with brandy sauce?
I mean, he doesn't quite suggest what kind of Yule log he likes there, but
Chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes, of course, but what other there? But I mean, I like. Well, if you're talking about a Yule log or Christmas pudding, probably like Christmas pudding really with a brandy sauce. Maybe I don't mind it. You can't eat. You can't eat much.
But do you put the brandy on it and flame the thing?
Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think so. Just pour it on as normal, heat it up, have it hot, and just whatever. But I don't know. They are quite sweet, aren't they? I don't know whether I can handle a lot of them.
No, just interested because I'm quite parched to a Christmas pudding, but like in Asda, they normally have a big bloody thing of them, ready to go. Couldn't find one today. I could find plenty of turkeys and turkey crowns, but I couldn't find a Christmas pudding. As somebody eating them, maybe Jimbo's eating them all because he likes them.
He seems to have got quite a few, doesn't he? That's what I'm talking about, Jimbo. He just, that's exactly right. That's the one afterwards, isn't he? Is it a homemade Yule log you like, Clive, or do you like one bought in the shops?
Yeah. There you go. Let's wrap this up then. That was your Tanaka time for this week. Do you like Tanaka time, George? I forgot to ask you all that. Do you like the bit of Tanaka time? Do people like it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I do like it, and I think sometimes I am a bit caught off guard and think, "Oh heck, I need to think of something." But I think generally, it's good. You can discuss at any point whatever is on your mind something that you've heard about in terms of Leeds United. Obviously, I like to keep it Leeds United based. It seems like you don't, Arron, it more often than not, so that's fine as well. So it's good. I like Tanaka time. I like Tanaka as a player, although I do think over the recent few weeks he hasn't been showing the exact form that we've seen him show recently. But he's still a very competent player and one that I really like watching as well. And hopefully, maybe it opens the door to more kind of Japanese and Asian style players that are coming to Leeds, with his sort of, with his say so, he's the first one. He can come in, and then it might open the door to more. But I mean, Clive, you said you've never made a Yule log in your life. Wow, I make one every day of the week.
There you go. Jimbo says you should do a Tanaka time when you can't mention Leeds United.
Yeah, I mean that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But I think Tanaka time. I do like the concept what you came up with there, Arron, actually, and I think it's a very good one because he obviously, like you say, he catches our eye on a weekly basis, on a game by game basis. So why not bring it into something that has caught our eyes in general? So I do as well, Clive. I think the Japanese style of play and they're getting better and better and better at the Japanese national team as well. And I think last time I had a look, I think nearly every single one of the Japanese players in that national squad were playing in Europe now. So it shows how the Japanese players and type of footballers come on. So it fascinates me anyway, that sort of culture and the way and everything around that part of the world. So good.
Yeah, it's good. Right, George, obviously roundups, we've heard Bamford's potentially going to Wrexham, which we broke to you first on this show. If this happens, George, we will have to absolutely share the hell out of that quote that we broke it first. So God hope it does, because we could go viral.
I mean, you'd have to find it, wouldn't you? Go back and actually do something that you don't do, Arron, and look back.
No, never.
That's it. So it would be
We've been doing this for years, George. Haven't we? We've been doing this show for
yes.
years. Not on this, but on LS11 and stuff. But I still, to this day, have never ever watched anything back.
Yeah, which it will be.
Even with this on the pod providers, never ever have I listened to it. I just leave it there, and you know what? People love it, which is good.
Well, that's good. Like we say, it is growing, isn't it, Arron? And that's really good. So keep listening, keep enjoying it, and keep commenting or whatever.
If you want to, you don't have to. It's completely your choice. Please do consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube, or give us a follow on the pod providers. 4,873 downloads we've had, George, which is good. I think Bet365 are wanting to sponsor us, and we don't sponsor betting companies on this show.
Exactly. Yes, we don't feed into people's.
I don't know if Spotify are charging them, and I don't know. Somebody will get in the comments to show us. But can we just have a little quick game of where in the world people are listening to us from this week, George? Would you like a little?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not?
Okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to say some cities. If you want to get involved in the comments, if you're watching live on YouTube, please do. Or if we give your city or town a shout out, do give us a share on your pod feed. So Benalmádena, first of all, George, we've been downloaded in Benalmádena. Where is Benalmádena?
I think that isn't Benalmádena. Is that Spain?
It is Spain. Well done. I'm just going through this here. What about this one? Benito Juarez. I think I'm saying it right.
I don't know. Is that Argentina?
Oh no, it's Mexico. So we're big in Mexico.
Wow.
Hola, señorita. If you're listening to us in Mexico.
Hola. Yeah, it could be Brazil. You know, we know the connections with Brazil.
We've been downloaded, George, in every continent around the world except for Antarctica and South America.
Wow.
Which really bugs me, that, because I'd love to crack South America.
Yeah, well, like I said, with the connection to Brazil, Arron, maybe we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I've got another one for you. Waterkloof.
Waterkloof. I don't know. Is that Germany?
It's not Germany. Waterkloof.
Austria.
It's not Austria. It's South Africa.
South Africa.
Wow. So South Africa. So it could be Lucas Radebe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yes.
Where they're listening to us from. I'll give you a couple of shout outs. Cairo in Egypt, Osaka in Japan.
Osaka, great.
So we broke the Japanese mold as well. Casablanca, we've been downloaded there. Canterbury, maybe the Archbishop of Canterbury is down listening to us as well. Don't know why he would. As well. And the other one, Sutton Coldfield. Where's that, George?
Sutton Coldfield. Is that Birmingham or something like that?
It's in the UK, yeah. And I'll give you one more. I'm just looking at this completely. Tullamore.
That might be
Tullamore.
That might be Canada.
It's not. It's Ireland. They love us here. There's 153 downloads in
wow.
So well done.
Is it Jerry? It might be Jerry. That might be Jerry's influence. To be fair.
I'll ask him. But thank you if you're listening around the world. We're not just live on YouTube. We're around the world, and as I said, the only continent we haven't hit is South America. So people around the world, share it away, and
well, I mean, this would be a really good time, Arron, to plug my show.
Oh, yes, to get it in. Go on.
So then
George, it doesn't matter. Nobody's listening in South America. It doesn't.
I know, but it might get them to listen and subscribe in South America. Obviously, talking Brazil, but it has finished my podcast with my brother for the season. We did the last one yesterday, including a funny moment when I accidentally let wind and my brother told me off. So that was funny, but yes. So it's worth listening. Yes, so it's YouTube and Spotify.
Wow.
It's worth it just for that. Yes, I didn't think it was. It was one of them. I wasn't expecting it to creep out like that, but it did. And It just caught me off guard a bit.
Wow, George farted on that. Farting on Spotify. It's worth a download. There you go.
Yeah, there you are. So, but no, it has finished now for the season. We're having a little bit of a break now, so for about 6 weeks or so on there. So, yeah.
Okay, right. Let's go for this then, George. Oh, George, it's your favourite time of the week. It's the Leeds United trivia quiz. You can get involved in this in the comments. So, George, before we start the quiz, thank you to Clive as well, who sent some questions in. I'm going to give you some of his questions, but I've got my own as well. So I'm going to read some out as well from Clive as a bonus round, since it's a Christmas special. So again, if you want to get in touch with us on email, you can do. Just email us on. If you want to, you don't have to if you want to, but you can do. It is talkinglufc@gmail.com. talkinglufc@gmail.com. Right, George, let's get ready to go. George, have you covered up the comments section from your side?
Yes.
Excellent. So these are all the Christmas-themed Leeds United questions, George. So I've given you some easy ones because it is Christmas. And remember, you've got to get 5 out of 5 to class yourself as a real fan. And I'm going to give you some bonus questions to get 5 correct answers. So here we go. George, I tell you what, I'm going to put a bit of music on for this. Should we put some music on? A little bit of background music.
Yes.
Let's have a bit of this. How's that? Is that good?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Since it's Christmas. George, question number 1. What is Leeds United's traditional nickname, which fans proudly chant at matches during the festive period?
Is it Whites? The Whites?
Yes, it is the Whites. A nice, easy one to start you off. A little bit more tricky now. Question number 2, George. In 1995, Leeds United faced Manchester United in a memorable Boxing Day fixture. What was the result of that game?
I think they won 3-1. Did we win 3-1?
Did they win 3-1? That is the question. No, they did not.
What was the score?
It was 2-0. Leeds United won 2-0 with goals from Gary McAllister and Tony Yeboah. There you go.
It was on Christmas Day, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. I used ChatGPT for this feature, so it could be wrong. Who knows?
I think it was Christmas Day, maybe.
Question 3. During the 2019 Christmas period, Leeds United were in the Championship. How many points did they secure in their games from December the 26th and December the 29th combined?
So which season was it? 18-19?
No, it was 19-20.
Right.
How many points did they get?
I think they got 12.
No, but there's only 2 games from Boxing Day to New Year's Day, but we're just going to class the 2 festive period games, 26th and the 29th of December. How many points?
I think they got
Come on.
4 points.
4 points, George, is the correct answer. They had 4 points, a draw against Preston North End, and then on December the 26th, they beat Birmingham City. I'll give you a bonus point, George. What was the score in that one? It was a mental game.
5-4.
Yes, you got yourself an extra bonus point.
That was crazy, man.
That was
crazy, man. It really was.
Okay, question 4. Leeds United fans sing the classic tune "Marching On Together," but which Christmas carol?
Yep.
Which Christmas carol has been adapted into a chant by Leeds supporters over the years?
Not sure, actually.
Oh, it's a it's a Christmas carol-ish. Yeah. I'll give you a clue. I'll give you. Is it Silent Night? Is it Silent Night? Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls, or "Oh Come All Ye Faithful"?
Oh come all ye faithful.
It's not that.
Joyful and triumphant. No. Is it Silent Night?
No. It's Jingle Bells, according to ChatGPT, and it says here, I'll give you the answer. Leeds United have adapted Jingle Bells into a chant after singing Jingle Bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to see Leeds United win away. There you go.
Jingle bells.
We don't win away from home.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to give you a bonus question here, George. This is a Clive question, so thank you to Clive. One nation has had 5 players.
So you might just went in and off there, Arron. I didn't hear the full question.
I'll say it again. The starter, so this is the question. So one nation has had exactly 5 players from it who have played for Leeds United. Which nation is it?
I don't know. Is it America?
But have Leeds United had 5 American players?
I don't know. Maybe.
Can you think of 5 American players to play for Leeds United?
Well, yeah, you got. I mean, Aronson, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie.
Okay.
Eddie Lewis.
3. 4.
Are
you saying America is the most to play for Leeds?
Well, England. England is.
Well, we think, yeah, it is. Yeah, but which nation abroad?
I don't know.
Okay,
Spain.
It's not Spain, George. I'll put you out of your misery. Jimbo got it right. Well done. It's Sweden.
What?
And it's Sweden. Yeah, Sweden. Marcus Antonsen, Thomas Brolin, Jabicki, Janssen, and Lucic. There you go. So there you go, George. What did you get? Did you keep your own score? 4 out of 5, I think, maybe.
I don't know. I was not.
You were not with it where you were thrown.
Really. A little bit. But I think that game was Christmas Day, was it not? Somebody let me know if it was. I think it was.
Let us know in the comments. Right, let's wrap that one up then. More Leeds United trivia challenge to come in the new year or whenever we can be bothered to do the podcast over the Christmas holidays. George, Leeds United play Oxford United on Saturday. Time to preview this one with the beard himself. George, God. Oxford United at home in the Championship, the final home game before the big day. And actually, it's the final home game of 2024. So, George, let's get some predictions in for the Oxford United game. Dare I say, what's your prediction for this one this week?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll go out with a bang. I mean, I think 2024 as a home, if it was fixtureless only at home, we'll be absolutely flying. We tend to win. I don't know how many we've won or gone unbeaten at home. It's about 13 games or something in it, but we're good at home. These are not that good. They started well, though they sacked the manager, but they've really gone downhill. And I'll just have a quick check, Arron, but I don't think Oxford have actually
pointed that they're after thinking out the. Is it Gary? Who are they after? Is it Gary Rowett they're after?
I don't know, but they've only won. They've only won 1 game out of 10. Away from home, they haven't won away from home all season, mate. So look, from 9 games, I've not got any wins. I've lost 7 of those. I've only drawn 2. Look, all of that says like 10-0 leads. I think it'll be about 3 or 4-0. I do think we might be able to crack them and crack the kind of 3-0 barrier. I think we might screw it. I think we might get about 4 or 5 here, actually, if we're on
it. They need to do it. Let's be honest. They can't. I'm not being disrespectful to any Oxford United fan who might be watching this show, but we've got to take the bull by the horn here, and we've got to get
literally
a convincing win. And because with Stoke and Derby, away from home before Blackburn home, and that's not going to be an easy game. Obviously, they beat us at home last year, did Blackburn?
They beat us a few weeks ago as well. So
it's going to be a tough one. But for me, they have to. I don't think they'd win 9-1. 1 win in 15, says Clive for Oxford.
Yeah, it's pathetic. They started quite well, but I think they are just a point above the relegation zone as it stands. I know they sacked the manager, but it won't make a difference. Well, they have in some cases some sort of journeyman championship players, but I feel like Leeds just wiped the floor with them. No mercy, beat them 5-6 more if you want. Like you said, a convincing win, but for me, that still, I don't know, Arron, it's like a home match. Yeah, it was great. We went last week and it was great. We won the game and that was fab. But I think up against teams like Oxford, you win the game. And again, no disrespect to them. Who knows? They might come and beat us. It would be incredibly outlandish if they did. But look, we should be absolutely destroying this team by a good margin. But still, you beat them. We might beat them 4. Say we beat them like 6-0. You probably still wouldn't be that enthused about it, unfortunately, because of the standard of the team we're playing, and also it's a home game. So again, as soon as we win, I want them to win because we need the points, so we need to beat them sort of teams and do it convincingly. But the one that I'm looking at is Stoke on Boxing Day. I'm thinking Boxing Day at Stoke. Is that traditional thing of Stoke away? Very difficult.
Well, interesting what you say there, Josh, because obviously we played last on 8 o'clock on Boxing Day. God knows how this got past the police. If I'm being honest, we've got a real opportunity there because we'll know exactly where we sit in the table, and the pressure will be really on us to because we could fall out of the top 2 by then. We can really kick on. But let's see what happens. For me, though, let's take Oxford first. We've got to win that one. It's as simple as that. I'm looking for at least a minimum, bog standard minimum 4-0 for me.
I think we have to breach this kind of. I know we tend to get 3 goals. It seems to be the most, doesn't it, at home?
Yeah.
But I do honestly think, again, no disrespect to Oxford, they'll come and they'll try and make it difficult. But I think we at home we should be able to breach them pretty quickly. And they just need to go and actually kill them, to be fair, and don't take the foot off the gas, because we are in opportunity at home where we're good. They're 1 win in 10. I don't think they've won a game for quite a few now, maybe 5, maybe 3 or 4, maybe, I don't know. So they're on a little, not winning run. They haven't won many. I can't remember who it was against that win that they got, but it's just like you need to go and just put them to the sword. It was Hull they beat, so they're bottom of the league. So you know what I mean? They're just not good enough. And this sort of team, I'm sick of teams coming Ellen Road like that and Leeds pity-patting them, pussyfooting around them. Just go and say, hey, we're miles better than you, and put quite a number of goals past them, because that's what they need. And then they just need to go to Stoke Boxing Day and actually put on their performance and win the damn game, because, like you said, they might be struggling, they might be out of the top 2, and we don't want to be in a position there where we're playing catch really. So we need to be setting the tone, and away wins. That's where promotion is won and lost. That's where promotion is won and lost, and that's why I think that sooner or later they do need to get rid of Daniel Farke and find another way to win games of football away from home. And ultimately, that's what for me, that's what needs to happen.
Okay. Well, there we go. We will see, George, won't we, over the festive period. Well, George, listen, the big day is next week. The 25th of December is next week. We will be back, won't we, George? Probably around the back end of next week to have a little festive catch-up. But that was good. That's your Talking Leeds Christmas special over and done with. You won't see George now until after the big day, because he's going to be dyeing his beard white and he's going to be starting up a little grotto in the White Rose Centre, and he's going to be there getting a few extra quid for Christmas.
Well,
because
that's
he's thinking of the cost of living crisis, and he's got to get a few extra presents, ideally for me. But
yeah.
He's going to get that. But yeah, listen, I'll be back though with Jerry doing a match reaction after the Oxford game on Sunday. It'll be live on your pods and it'll be live on YouTube, so you can see to get that done. And then obviously we'll be back as well, George, at some point over the festivities. But you won't see me, so I can't wish you all a Merry Christmas until after I've done it with Jerry on Saturday. But George, you can to the fans.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody watching and listening. I hope everybody has a good day. Feliz Natal to anybody watching on, or any sort of Portuguese listeners, or Feliz Navidad to Spanish listeners, or anything like that.
We do have global listeners, John.
Exactly. So no, but there you go. But everybody have a good time and enjoy the festive period, and hopefully Leeds will win some games of football, which would make it even more exciting for everybody. And yeah, I hope everybody has a nice time with the family, with the friends, with people who are close to them. So yeah, enjoy it. Merry Christmas from me. You will see Arron, like I said, on Saturday before the Christmas, so he will, I'm sure, wish
Sunday.
people well.
That's right, Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday, sorry, of course. The game is Saturday, isn't it? 3 p.m.
And do as well, guys. If you are listening to this on YouTube, please do consider subscribing to us and sharing us. But if not, continue to listen to us on Apple, Spotify, and all that sort of shit, because you're loving it. And over 4,500 downloads. It's great. We'll be back as well in the new year if we don't see you then. But thank you very much for listening. Have a good one, guys, and cheers, Clive. Thanks again for the quiz. Do keep them coming. Email them to us at talkinglfc@gmail.com. So, George, I'll let you lead us out. Wish everybody Merry Christmas and go.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a lovely time, won't you? And ho, 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 and all the rest of it. Let's have 3 points on Saturday to begin the festivities and going on for Boxing Day. Let's do it. Let's have a few. We might be back before then, but let's do it. Let's have a good time. Clive, have a good time. Jimbo, have a good time. And everybody watching and listening as well. So enjoy it.